Completing the square circle notes. Picking up from where we left off yesterday. Yesterday, all I showed y'all was how to complete the square, and all we did was the x's. Now you're gonna do the x's and the y's, and then you're gonna write a circle equation. It's really not much more than what we did yesterday. Only thing is just a little bit more time consuming. That's the only thing that frustrates kids about this, just the time consumingness of it. Other than that, it's pretty easy. So we're going from this form, general form, to center radius form. They're gonna start by giving you an equation in general form, somewhere close to it. You may have to move stuff around, but and then you're gonna set it up how it should be so you can complete the square on both the x's and the y's this time. All we did yesterday was the x's. Now we're gonna do x's and y's. So the first thing you have to do is similar to what we did yesterday, is rewrite your equation to where it's in this form. This form looks a bit different than yesterday though. It's x squared plus cx plus y squared plus dy equals e. Basically, you got your x's grouped together, then your y's grouped together, and then on the other side of the equation you got your number. That's just by itself. So you just need to make sure it's set up like that before you start to complete the square. Alright, on this equation over here, so I need to regroup my x's. I definitely need to do that. Regroup my y's. I also need to move this number to the other side of the equation. To move this number, -8, I'm going to add it. Plus 8, plus 8. And I'm going to move that to the other side. I'm also going to regroup at the same time. Now, only thing I need y'all to pay attention to when y'all regrouping. When you regrouping stuff, whatever sign is in front of your term has to go with that term. So for me, when I'm regrouping this, I got x squared, and I'm going to move the 8x up to it. But in front of 8x is a minus sign. I need to take that minus sign with me. So this is going to be minus 8x. And then behind that, I'm going to have the y squared. But it's a plus in front of that y squared, so it should be a plus sign here. Plus y squared. And then I'm going to bring that minus 2y behind that. All I did was regroup my x's and my y's. And then I had already moved my 8 to the other side, so it's going to be a positive 8 on the other side, equals positive 8. I didn't go too hard right there. Everybody's still straight, right? Alright. This number, that's on the side by itself. I'm going to underline that like we did yesterday. This number today is going to be called a comeback number. Shh, make sure you're paying attention. It's the only part that y'all need to pay. It's a comeback number. I'm going to write it over here for right now. After I finish doing my completing the square down here on both my x's and my y's, I'm going to come back and I'm going to use this number as well with the other numbers that I get down here. Alright, so now I'm holding this up here. Now I'm doing what they're telling me out to the side, my steps. And these steps should seem familiar to what we did yesterday. It's just that you're doing it for x and y today once again. No difference. So for the x's, they want me to rewrite separately. They want me to split it. I want x squared minus 8x. And instead of setting it equal to the number at the end, we're going to set this equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the other part too. For the y, it's going to be y squared minus 2y equals 0. Alright. And then from there, I'm going to just focus on one thing at a time. I'm going to do my x first. For the x, like I said, at this point it's no different from what we did yesterday. For my x, I'm going to single out my b. My b is -8, so b equals -8. And then from there, parentheses, -8 divided by 2 squared. -8 divided by 2 is -4 squared. -4 squared will give you 16. 16 is now the number that I'm going to add on both sides of my equation to complete the square. So at this point, I'm going to take my equation that I got up here, x squared minus 8x, add 16 to this side. This should all feel familiar once again if you were here yesterday. Equals on this side 0 plus 16 on this side. Rewriting this, x squared minus 8x plus 16, what's up? equals 60. Oh, okay. Oh, you need it. And then after that, you want to factor that trinomial. Irvin, what's that factor? Go ahead, let's help Irvin out. Go ahead, Jamal. X minus 4 equals 16. Yeah, then I'm going to clean it up. X minus 4 squared equals 16. That's right, you were asleep yesterday, I forgot. Sorry. Oh, he wasn't here. I keep forgetting. I thought you were just asleep. Alright, then after that we can go back and do the y. The b value is negative 2, so b equals negative 2, parentheses, negative 2 divided by 2 squared. That's going to be negative 1 squared. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. Remember that I'm adding on both sides on this one. It's going to be 1. So y squared. I'm gonna try not to forget. Don't be mad at yourself. You might end up putting x's down here. You're just not used to doing the y's yet. Yeah, I did it a couple times. I do it at least once or twice a day. I mess up on it. Y squared minus 2y plus 1 equals 0 plus 1. Y squared minus 2y plus 1 equals 1. Then you need to factor that. Yeah, y minus 1. So y minus 1 squared equals 1. You getting all this as a. And then after you do the factoring on both, which is what we did yesterday, now you're ready to write your equation. Now here it says combine to finalize center radius form with the comeback number. So I'm going to start with this part over here, x minus 4 squared plus, oh my bad, thank you, y minus 1 squared equals, and then I'm going to add 16, which was from my x minus 4 part, plus 1, plus my comeback number from the top, which was 8. All that's going to get added together. And I'm rewriting it, cleaning it up. X minus 4 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 25. If you do it right at the end, you should be able to tell me some information about the problem. Specifically, like on this one, what is the center? Once you get it into this equation, what's the center, Dior? This ain't no trick question out. What's the center? Huh? Y1. What? Thank you. 4-1. The equation, man. Your chance for redemption. What's the radius? Radius is 5. But this is how you attack these. This is the same as what we did yesterday, except for now you got a comeback number you got to include. Then you just add everything up at the end, and then you're good.
When you got two numbers before, it's just like you to half of that 8.
Where you at?
What's completing the score by half?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, half of 8, you just get that by 4.
Well, I said what multiplies together and give me 16, 4 times 4, but would also add together and give me -8. So it would have to be -4, -4. But -4 times -4 is positive 16, but it also adds together and gives me -8. You follow? Same thing over here for the -1, -1, -1. -1 times -1 is positive 1. -1 plus -1, -2. What's it back? Same situation. You gotta make sure we're in the right form first. All the x's should be on one side grouped together. Y should be grouped together, then the numbers should be on the side by itself. So it's really only one thing I gotta move on this one. What's that? X squared, and I should add that. When I rewrite, it's going to look like this. X squared plus 8x. I'm going to move that y squared in front. It's positive, so plus y squared and then plus 32y equals, and then I had -263 on the side by itself. That's going to be my comeback number. -263. And then from there, splitting, doing the x's and doing the y. Alright, so the B for this one is 8. Sorry for being quiet, but I mean, I'm just doing the same thing over. So. Did it? Y squared plus 32y plus 256 equals 0 plus 256. And from there, put it together. X plus 4 squared plus y plus 16 squared equals 16 plus 256 minus 263. Catching all this, Irvin? Once you do all that math, you get what? 9. And then after that, once you get that, I can say you can answer my questions again. Go ahead, Jamal. Thank you. Well, yeah, pretty much it. Like I said, it just takes practice so y'all can get on your own. This last one is for you. You're doing it, it's just the steps aren't there, so just giving you room to do all the work on the last one. Make sure you set the equation up right. Regroup, and you should be good. I'm gonna give you a second. I'm gonna wait for that answer. Who do I want for the last one? Yeah, Reese, you giving me the last one. And we're back.
You ready?
Yes, Reese is about to give us the equation for number 5.
Parentheses, x minus 3
X minus 3.
to the second power
Yes, sir.
plus y plus 1
Uh-huh.
equals 9 plus 1 plus 15.
Uh-huh.
Gotta put it back on.
Just give it to me, though. 25, man. And then after that, Reese, you said the center was what?
Negative 3 and 1.
Uh-uh.
And the radius. Oh, 3 and negative 1. And the radius is 5.
I say, oh. Cut that off. It ain't much more to it than that.
You got text over?